Hey guys, this is Comeback Craig. Today we're going to go over the new buddy letter slash lay statement slash buddy statement slash personal statement. It's VA Form 21 10210. It's basically replacing VA Form 21 4138. Both work. I'm just going to show you some differences between the two. I like the new one better. And then I'm going to show you my personal statements on my 21, 41, 38. What I wrote, statement in support of my claim for my disabilities. And in my case, I was basically um, explaining the nexus, and I had the medical evidence to support it. We'll walk through that. I do not want you to copy and paste this text, so I'm not, putting the text out there. Um, it's your words, whatever your words are. I write like a layman idiot. You may be a book writer or whatever, author or something. So write it whatever level you are at, and write it in your own words. Or if you're giving it to a buddy, write it at their own words. And doing a proper buddy letter, lay statement, whatever you want to call it, your statement. You should be writing a statement for every disability. It's your opportunity to speak on your own behalf. And then the buddy letter is the same thing. A buddy that's a firsthand witness. So, buddy that was in service with you that witnessed something, and or your wife, family member, adult child over 18, spouse, whatever. They're a firsthand witness witnessing your disability. Um, Keep it short. Just kind of. I wrote mine, and I probably condensed it down about 5 times because I kept thinking, all right, this is going on a VA rater's desk. It just needs to be, this is my disability. This is how it bothers me. In this case, this is how I think it should be service connected. And that's about it. It doesn't need to be 5 pages. I'm sure mine started off being about 8 or 9 paragraphs, and I condensed it down. So let's hop into it. So this was the new form. Again, it is 21 10210. Name, this is a fillable PDF, social, little bit more room, email address. That's a new one. I agree to have my stuff, electronic correspondence. Then it has a section 2. This is for your buddy. So the 21, 41, 38 didn't really have this. So this is kind of cool. What the relationship is, you served, family member, just kind of streamlines this. I like this part. It explains the relationship between the buddy and you. Um, Room to write stuff. If you need to write more, you can, and you could attach it on a blank piece of paper, Word document, whatever. Just think about what you're writing. And if you're filling up all this shit with words, if that's how you have to tell your story, that's how you have to tell it. I wouldn't write this many words personally, but that's just me. Literally, you're like, wow, I need to explain myself here. Well, your medical evidence, it does all the talking for you. Your private doctor, if you got a diagnosis from a private doctor, a DBQ, that this is a medical disability. You're a layman. You really don't need to type that much. I'm hurt. Ouch. This is why my ouch. Owie. Like literally your personal statement is not the strongest part of your medical evidence. The strongest part is your actual medical evidence, if that makes sense. So they give you another page. If there's a witness, somebody else is writing it. This is new, little section. Sign here. Just, a little bit different. This is VA Form 21 10210. This one's August 2020, so it may be updated by the time you read this. This is the 21, 41, 38. So a lot less explanation info right here. So lot of more spots. See how many spots are in this part? And there's a little bit more down here. So a lot more. 21, 41, 38 was less, whatever. Weren't lines to type it out on the PDF document. You put your social in there. So same thing. You can use a 414138. This one's December 2017. So that's the difference between the two. I would use the new one. Both are good. Whatever you got, it's fine. I like the new one better. So moving on to mine. Everything I send to the VA, there's a little code up here. I guess you can't see that. I write my social security number up here because I fax this in addition to submitting it because I wanted them to have two copies of it, which ended up doubling up my C file. So that might have not have been the smartest idea. But if you're faxing stuff, just remember you're dealing with morons and they're going to shuffle up paperwork. So like I had a cover letter. This was page 2. So I blocked out my stuff and here's what I wrote. Plantar fasciitis, right foot. I was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis in my right foot in 2015. It is extremely painful to walk on my right foot, and I have a limp as a result. My podiatrist told me that my plantar fasciitis in my left foot is probably the cause of the plantar fasciitis in my right foot. I have orthotics for both feet, and I also take painkillers. Neither of these things help with the pain that I have in my right foot. My right foot hurts a lot. I'm unable to do things I used to enjoy, walking, blah, blah, blah. So this was how I service connected my right foot secondary to my left foot. I'm talking about I was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis. So I got a diagnosis. It's painful. I limp. I take painkillers. I think, or my podiatrist told me, the cause is probably my service connected left foot. Orthotics are important if you're dealing with feet things. Depending on what your disability is, sleep apnea, you need to have a diagnosis, you need to have a CPAP. So that's where you would say, I got the CPAP, yeah, my sleeping sucks, whatever. And then, you put in a little line here about how this thing sucks and affects your, it all comes down to social and occupational impairment. This is another page, a little bit out of order. You just sign it. I left this page blank. So short and sweet. Like that's it. That's my entire everything. Again, I had this thing super long. It was like, it just doesn't need to be that long. And yeah, I called it out, plantar fasciitis, right foot. This is page 4. So this is my left foot. So I just copied and pasted everything in. I have chronic pain due to left foot fractures, 3rd, 4th, 5th metatarsals with plantar fasciitis, residual tenderness, metatarsalgia, arthritis, and calcaneal bone spur or calcaneal spur. This is what was in my record when I filed my claim. I was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis in my left foot. I tried orthotics, painkillers, doesn't help. Pain's taken over my life, dictates what I do. I can't do shit. This is how I increased my left foot from 10 to 20. And the other one is how I service connected my right foot to my left foot. Again, really, you don't need a whole lot in here because this is a medical disability. You, me, we are laymen. So we're not doctors and we can't diagnose ourselves. So keep it short and simple. Rater looked at it. Okay, perfect. That makes sense. Go look at the medical evidence. Okay, great. Last page, signed it, dated it, copy in the VA possession. So this is the review of the new form. Use the new form 21-10210. Switch back over. Or you could use the 214138. Just because there's room for text, that doesn't mean fill it up and continue on for another 5 pages. You don't need to write these guys a book. They have to read this shit. What you write, it is considered medical evidence. It's the lowest form of medical evidence. Keep that in mind. You don't need to write a whole lot in there. Your medical evidence will do the medical evidence speaking for itself. In my case, I had the medical evidence in there. So I pointed them, hey, my right foot, a doctor told me my right foot is most likely caused by my service connected left foot. So I made the nexus but I had good, solid medical evidence for 5 years. VA podiatrist, updated orthotics. I didn't mention the shots; those were in there. Taping, all that kind of shit. So that is my review of the new buddy letter. I'll see you in the next video form.